Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, Monica, how are you?
Hey, John Yates, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you tonight?
Well, you look fabulous.
Why, thank you so much. I'm really excited to do this live tonight. We've been talking about doing some other stuff, and I feel very sophisticated. We have like clips now that we'll be integrating, very, very high end.
Ooh,
And hopefully
fancy.
I don't screw it up.
It's always a shit show, so let's go for it.
I mean, like that's what I should call it, just like the John Yates shit show, basically. That's
Exactly.
So we're going to be covering both Bravo stuff and 90 Day stuff that's going on right now. We're going to be like kind of flip flopping in between. So we're going to start tonight with, let's see, we'll do it from 90 Day. Let's talk about this picture. Okay, so there she is. Let's start on Yolanda tonight because she's been making this picture gets me.
That picture is funny.
Oh my god, I can't with this
crack me up.
So Miss Yolanda, was making news like the last couple of months because she was dating this younger guy. What else is new? And this younger guy happened to be in the realm of like gay pornography, and then he did like a whole bunch of like racist videos, and he was much younger. And everyone with two eyes and a brain could see that she was not authentic. Do you know much about this, Monica?
What I heard or what I read or what people are saying is that she's chasing fame, right? So this is not even a real relationship. Is that right?
Well, like her first, when she was on the show, she had Williams, and she got catfished by Williams, and I don't even know if that was ever legit. So me and among other people thought that this new relationship with this guy named Josh. Now, Josh was on The Bachelorette. I think he was on Caitlyn's season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't watch The Bachelorette, but he was on her season, and he was like the first one out. Like, he didn't make it past night one.
Oh,
There was pictures of him doing like, gay porn, and I guess he was a stripper, and then he was also alleged to be a gigolo. Just a whole resume of weird things. And he had said that he had met her walking down the street on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
He was taken away by her beauty, and he said, "Oh, let me get your Instagram name," and he had no idea at all that she was on the show or tied to it. Meanwhile, her Instagram name is Yolanda 90 Day Fiance, but whatever. So they had this whirlwind romance of back and forth where she was posting about him and he was posting about her. Meanwhile, she was selling like her diet book, and I believe she has like her own line of something like clothes, and he was selling his book. So it's all very convenient. And then he, maybe like a few weeks ago, he had this ring that looked like it was, I'm not trying to dog wedding rings or engagement rings or diamonds, but that ring was so small that if you're familiar with Horton, here's the Who. That diamond was the speck that like the mayor of Whoville and all the Who's lived on. Like that's how tiny it was.
It sounds like she met this guy on Craigslist.
Well, no, according to her, they met on the street. And Josh has been known to work the street, so just saying. He engaged to her via Instagram. She said yes, and now she seemed to have moved on to somebody else. So I was saying the whole time, I'm like, they are full of crap, and I seem to have been right because it's over.
It's over. Is she coming back to the show at all?
Well, that was like another thing. Like, you know, we all had a feeling that she was just doing it so she could be back on the show for a second season of Before 90 Days. And, you know, that would have been, you know, drama because of his background and her background. And but I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Yolanda. I mean, she was only on a handful of episodes this season because, you know, she never met her guy. It was just like the whole catfish thing. But I'm sure we'll see her again.
I don't know about that. But on another note, congrats on your Larissa interview. I'm so proud of you.
Look at me with the clips. Look at that. I was ready.
I know. I am so proud of you, John. Oh my God. And you're up to like 35K views on that. Listen. Yeah,
it's I'm really happy. Oh, wait. See, I got cocky and I thought I knew what I was doing with the clips and I screwed it up. Hold on. Like that's what happened. There we go. It was really good. It's probably like the best interview I've ever done in my life. And Larissa was very honest and truthful. And I asked her every question that she's been getting riddled with like for like the last 3 years. And she answered them all. And she's also been promoting it. So I want to thank Larissa for, you know, getting people to it. But yeah, I couldn't be any happier with the way that went.
Well, I mean, they don't call you the 90-Day Fiance extraordinaire for no reason, right?
But yeah, I do. I that was really good. So if you guys haven't watched it, I'll drop a link. It's on my channel here somewhere, and then I could drop a link in the description box when it's over.
Yep.
So let's flip to Housewives. I don't know where you want to go. Let's see. Let's go to Miss Cynthia Bailey and her wedding.
Oh boy. So Miss Cynthia Bailey got married on October 10th, and they're calling her wedding the COVID super spreader. Miss Cynthia, okay, is 50. Mike Hill, her new husband, is 53.
And how long were they dating, Cynthia and Michael?
Like a little over a year.
Okay.
He's a 2-time divorcee. Cynthia's been married 1 time. We saw that first wedding on the Housewives to Peter Thomas and all that drama that went down. That was the real wedding, right?
Right.
Oh my God. Where her mother.
That was Cynthia's first marriage was to Peter? I thought she was married before Peter.
Nope, that was her first marriage.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
With her mother hiding the marriage license. It was so much drama. That's the wedding we wanted to see, right? We don't need a number 2. And during a pandemic, so here's the tea, John. Bravo didn't film Cynthia's wedding.
Now, clearly because it was a super spreader?
Absolutely. It's a liability. They don't want people getting sick. They don't want to put their crews at risk. And if people get sick at this particular wedding, guess who they're going to sue? Bravo.
And then you see all those people in that background. I don't see one person, and they're all huddled together. I don't see a person wearing a mask back there.
In some of the photos, some people wore a mask. Some people wore those face shields, but not a lot. The photos I saw, people were huddled together. You know, it was hot in there, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's weird because, like, you know, you're at a wedding and it's like, so do you wear a mask the whole? I mean, it's like a weird situation.
Match your dress.
You know, like you're up and down constantly. You're drinking, you're eating, you're dancing. Like, you know, that's tricky.
It is. And for those that are saying in the chat that she was married to Leon, she wasn't. They just had a baby together and they dated. They had her daughter, Noelle, but they weren't married. So she had a breakdown over this whole thing. That's the tea. And she begged Bravo to film the wedding. They refused. And she fears that she won't be invited back next season because this is all she had is this, you know, relationship and the wedding planning and the build up to the wedding. And for them not to film it kind of puts her in jeopardy.
Well, like, I love Cynthia. Like, I always thought she's like real cool. Like, she was, to me, Cynthia's always been genuine. But like, I feel like her last few seasons, like, what has she had to offer? Like, I feel like Cynthia's time's been done, and like she was, she needed this storyline and this wedding to keep her going. And then I'd be crying if I were her too.
I mean, because in I would say last season, she got a little messy. She got her hands dirty, and she was really sneaky and betrayed Nene, who was a really close friend of hers, by secretly inviting Kenya to her Seagram's launch party for her Seagram's drink, which no one even buys or drinks, right? And
when Kenya asked her, Kenya asked her to pronounce the wine, and she goes, "Oh, you don't know how to say that, but you're going to have a wine cellar."
Right.
That's why I love
Kenya
Kenya
asked
so
her
much.
what wine goes with the seafood, and she didn't know. She couldn't say. And, this is her friend. She betrayed Nene to bring Kenya back on, and Kenya is the queen of shenanigans, and she's a stunt queen.
That's my
she
girl.
uses people. Yeah, I know you love her. I know you love her. Yep. So filming the wedding was a no. It was too risky due to the ongoing COVID pandemic. She was informed by Bravo that they were backing out of it at the last minute, and she was devastated, to learn that they wouldn't be filming it. Cynthia cried and cried and cried and cried. She begged Bravo to film the wedding. They said no. She was afraid that she won't be asked back for next season because this was it. This was going to be her big hurrah, and it's been snatched from her. Do y'all want to see Cynthia back? Comment in the chat.
Yeah, I would like, and okay, people are asking, Monica, and I think you broke this story about the bachelorette party scandal. Can you elaborate on what went down with
God, absolutely,
and Portia and Tanya? Give us the tea on that.
So the tea on that, y'all. Okay, so the girls went on their first all-girls trip. They went to Charleston, South Carolina, no place extravagant, because they can't travel internationally because of the pandemic. And this was Cynthia's bachelorette party that they held for her. And there was a stripper there, a few strippers, right? But one of them by the name of Bolo allegedly did the do. And what I mean by did, I mean did the do, if you know what I mean, if you follow me, with Portia and Tanya Sam. And the tea is those two also engaged in a little carpet munching between each other.
Ooh! Now that's right there. That's a whole that's Lord.
Mm-hmm. And allegedly, the girls were begging the stripper to F them harder, and there were screams and all kinds of sucking noises, and oh my God, coming from the room. They were drunk, supposedly. I mean, I have been inebriated on occasion or two, but never that drunk. Never that drunk. So yeah, that's the tea on that. Okay.
Now, this stripper guy, I looked at his Instagram. He's known to be packing I think a good 18 inches down there. He has an OnlyFans. He makes a good amount of money on that. I mean, there was enough of that to go around, I guess, that night. That's why Tanya and Portia had to allegedly share. But
he came out after the news broke. He came out a few days later and said he had no parts of that. He didn't have sex with anyone that night. But I'm not buying it. I mean, he wants to, how did he put it? He's worked hard in this industry to build up a reputation. But if you ask me, this helps his reputation.
I would think so. I mean, 2 housewives at once. Hello. I write a book about it.
He can go all night. But I guess to his credit, it also shows that he can keep a secret. He's not a snitch. He's professional. You can hire him for 2-somes and 3-somes, and he'll participate and keep your secret. So smart move.
That's the happy ending special.
That's
what that is. That's not on the contract. You gotta get that in the oral agreement later on when you're done.
Exactly.
Now, what was interesting was, and you brought this good point up to me, is that Tanya didn't even deny it until a whole day after. 24 hours she waited to say, no, that wasn't me.
She waited actually 48 hours.
Oh, 2 days.
And then someone tweeted to her and tagged her and said, and I'm paraphrasing. They said something like, if this happened and Bravo airs it, Tanya Sam needs to sue them. And she liked that comment before she even made a statement. Now, if nothing happened, why would you need to worry about Bravo airing anything and suing them, right? If it never happened, allegedly, why would you even like that comment? So that was like a little telltale sign that some freaky deaky stuff went down, John.
Christy just said, "What did you do to Cody? He's way too quiet." Thank you, Christy. He's in the background as always. But what struck me as odd,
I'm Googling, trying to find out who
he's actually trying. He's trying to find a stripper right now because he wants to look at some pictures. I'm not even lying.
Bolo, BOLO. Look it up.
On
You won't be
Instagram.
disappointed.
No, you won't. I mean, I like, hey,
BOLO.
but like what I found interesting is if someone's going to make an accusation like you just got nasty with Portia and this guy at a bachelorette party, wouldn't you come out immediately and say like, hello, that was not me. This is craziness. You know, why did you wait 2 days? That's my thing.
And Portia didn't really come out directly and just say it's all, well, she said something subliminal like it's all lies, right? But it wasn't like
Portia was the first person I thought, and I love Portia, but I'm like, oh, that Portia got in that. She was the very first person I thought was going to be involved. Like and Tanya would have been the last, to be honest, because Tanya is so like, you know, she's
classy.
Yeah, like, you know, and I thought it was going to be like Portia and Marlo, if I'm being honest.
They said the new girl, LaToya Ali, got in on the action too as well. And I wouldn't be surprised because she's going through marital problems. So she's probably really horny. So that didn't shock me. That didn't shock me. But the funny thing about all of this is that Bravo, if anything went down and I heard there's no actual footage, but it's just the audio, their mics were on. They're going to play it. These girls can't escape that. You sign on the dotted line and you promise to, you relinquish your rights, and they have rights to air whatever they want.
So we're going to have like a Nene closet type of situation going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 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 Absolutely. Somebody's going to get their wig snatched. Somebody. Someone's going to get their wig snatched. That'll be interesting.
So now I wish I would have thought about that before. I would have had my little clip, but we're getting there. This show's picking up. Oh God, Cody's looking at the pictures
We
now.
don't look like 18 inches, but
oh Lord. Okay, well Cody's actually got like the pictures up. But
I mean,
okay.
I wouldn't be like
Cody went to like Pornhub, and now he's really investigating. We got our investigator in the back.
Our investigative reporter Cody's in the back doing research. For the show.
All right, so let's circle back to 90 Day, and let's talk about Nicole for a moment. Nicole seems to be, and I have stuff over here. Nicole seems to be in hot water because, you know, people are getting annoyed at her link in bio stories. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what that is, but you know how people have clickbait on their stories, like, you know, it's some like, you know, some big headline and, you know, swipe up, like, you know, like 90 Day Fiance star dies, and then like swipe up, and then it's like the parakeet of their mother's sister's aunt, like that. You know, that's how they get you on the clickbait. And I used to have that on my page. I used to have the clickbait, and there was just too much of a headache. I got too many complaints, and like some of the stories were so bizarre like that. You know, you're advertising on your story that someone's died, and then it's like, you know, someone's sister's neighbor's parakeet, you know, and people get annoyed at that. Like, I got annoyed at that, and I'm like, you know, there are better ways. I'd rather make no money than have that, you know. And you only get like 5 cents or 10 cents per swipe. It's not really that lucrative unless you have, like, you know, 1 million followers or 500,000 followers. Like that's how you make your money on that. Some of the housewives have it. But this is like a step further. So some of the people, and I'm just going to say Nicole, you know, it'll be like the truth. She'll make a post about it. It'll be like the truth about what happened to me in Advent, and the truth about,
Mm-hmm.
Clear, Nicole hasn't lied. She says, listen, I'm making money off it, but people are like, enough is enough with this already. Like, what do you think, Monica? I'm going to pull up some of her stories too, because she's been defending herself, and I wanted to mention that.
Well, a girl's got to eat, and Nicole eats good. Okay. A girl's
paid.
She's eating good at that Golden Corral. But, there has to be a balance. I understand where she's coming from. She has a child to feed and a man to take care of overseas. I get it, but there has to be a balance. You got to maybe in between all of those things, put some cute little TikToks and some, I don't know, some words of advice or some proverbs or something. But yeah, it's just always swipe up and it's over swipe up. It's the clickbait swipe up. If you oversaturate, people get mad. And I get it. I get the viewer's point and I get her point. You got to eat, John.
Like she's doing a Q&A on her story right now. And someone said, like, you're in it for the money, plain and simple. She replies, I mean, there's no other reason I would post articles. I've said before, I get paid from them. But if insensitive ones get posted, I don't realize until everyone starts calling me rude ass. And here's the thing, like, because I was in the same company that Nicole was doing. It's not us posting those stories and the articles. We have to give these people our passwords, and they're the ones that post the clickbaits and the swipe ups and it's not us. And sometimes, like, they'll post something really nasty and like we get heat for it and we have no idea. But like, people don't realize that other people have control of our accounts, and that's why I got out of it, because it got too messy. But it's she's off the show now. She was just in Morocco for 5 months, so obviously she needs money. I mean, Nicole does work. I think she's working at Starbucks again, so she's one of the few people that actually work. And I feel bad for her in a way, because like I know what it's like, because I've been on that end of it. But at the same time, it's enough is enough with the link bios, because I feel like it's like too much.
Yeah. So she's permanently off the show? She's not coming back at all?
She said maybe a week or two ago that she's not going to be on the show, I think, until either she's engaged to Azan or they're married. They've been going, this has been her romance with him has been like what, 4 years now, I think, 3 or 4 years. She went to Morocco before COVID hit, without May, and then she got a lot of heat for that, because she went without her daughter. I don't think obviously nobody knew what Corona was going to do, and she wound up being stuck in Morocco for like 5 months, because she couldn't fly back due to the restrictions. So she got a lot of heat for like abandoning her daughter, but the daughter was in good hands. She was with the grandma. Someone said, why do you keep teasing about the death of a loved one? Oh my God, I just made that up too. Just for clickbait, not cool. She goes, I don't do that. It was a misunderstanding from another post. People started assuming Azam was dead. He's not, and I would never say that. Like, here's the thing. Like, I remember last year, when Lauren announced her pregnancy, and it was huge news. And everybody loves Lauren and Alex. But Ashley, and it wasn't Ashley, but it was the people who work for Ashley, put a story on Ashley's feed with a pregnancy thing. And it said, we're pregnant, link in bio. Now, that was when Ashley and Jay were going through their 50th breakup. He had just gotten out of ICE. Like, it was, they were tumultuous. And everybody thought that Ashley was pregnant with Jay's kid. Meanwhile, the story was about Lauren and Alex. I mean, it just gets messy.
Right. Yeah. It's clickbait. I mean, and that's it's the whole purpose of it, is to get people to swipe up. If she had put in there the real person that was pregnant, people may not have swiped up as much. But John, I want to know, I'm curious, how well does those promotional things pay?
Like what, the clickbait?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get rid of Nicole. I was on that, back when I think I had like 7 million impression reach on IG. Like I started it right after I covered Larissa's third arrest back like when she had the bloody face and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Wait, hold on.
Thank you, Kat.
How do you think Azan felt about being stuck with her? Lord, I don't know. They really must have gotten to know each other. I mean, like, that Azan never expected for her to be there so long.
No.
But I mean, if they're still together, I mean, that was like their trial run, right?
Yeah.
So, and they say that they're still together. So, Nicole claims she's made mistakes and she's growing up and she was young and blah, blah, blah. Where was it? What was that going on?
About clickbait.
Oh, about clickbait. Oh, the money I made. So, at most I ever made from clickbait was like $600 in a month. You get paid by month. So I never, but like people like, I know Janelle on Teen Mom is big with the clickbait. Like in their Housewives, like Brandy Glanville has it. You have to have a large following in order for that to be lucrative. Like I know Ashley had told me at one point when she was on during the season that she was making like $3,000 a month from it.
So it's based on like impressions or the amount of clicks, I guess.
It's how much traffic you have on your page at one point.
Okay.
So, and like, when like the clickbait is, scandalous, you're gonna get like a lot of swipe ups, and like you get like I think like 10 cents for every like 100 swipes, or it's minimal. But that's how it works. And for me, it was too much of a headache for like $400 a month. Like I would get messages all the time. Oh my God! Like I was reading this. I thought somebody died. I thought this was over, and it was completely something. I'm like, you know what? I'm over.
Yeah.
But
and when they when they post those things on their page, actually, too, they always turn the comments off because people complain.
Yeah, and like I know, like Janelle, like said, I can't really quote it, but Janelle from Teen Mom said she makes like a considerable amount of money.
I bet
from the clickbait.
So
that's it. All right, let's move on. All right, let me get my next clip here. Let's see. We're gonna go to next. All right. How about we go to Candace and Monique. So Monique posted some evidence from her attorney saying that Candace was in it for monies. And I know you're the Potomac expert, Monique. So what really happened here?
Well, what happened was after the fight, everyone saw the winery brawl where Candace got dragged, and the wig didn't come off. It was like stapled down to her head, to her scalp. After the fight, Candace claimed that she was so traumatized. I mean, traumatized. Her and her mother hired this ambulance chaser attorney that is known to the reality stars as, a fame chaser. He was trying to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and he was reaching out to all the girls down there. He wanted to be filmed for certain scenes and yada, yada. When Portia had the fight with Kenya, he was the first person to reach out to Portia after she got arrested, and he wanted those scenes filmed, but Bravo declined. So Candace wants a $5 million house. Monique is a millionaire, a multi-million-dollar millionaire, and she saw opportunity there. So she played up this abuse and trauma. She even has Post-it notes all over her house that says, "You're okay. You're okay. I'm okay. I'm okay." And she apparently has some sort of promotional contract with the Kleenex company because she's constantly pulling out little squares of Kleenex and dabbing the corners of her eyes.
Oh, with the crocodile tears?
In every scene, the crocodile tears start to fall. And, I said this on our HOP recap on Monday. I am really shocked Candace did not pull up to Wendy's Sip and See in a wheelchair with her head bandaged up, pushing an IV drip. I'm really shocked because this girl is playing up this victim act to the fullest. So she hires this ambulance chaser attorney and they send Monique, they fire off this letter to Monique 7 days after the fight saying that you need to reach out to us as soon as possible. And if you don't, we are pursuing civil action, which means, a civil case, which is money. Civil case equals money. And we're filing a criminal complaint. On last Sunday's episode, we saw Candace running down to the courthouse to file these charges. And she was just in all her glory, with this smugness, like, yes, she wants Monique locked up for 15 years. A mother of 3, a wife, locked up over dragging her. Now, if you ask me, if I was Monique, I would have beat that ass for real.
I'm with you. Like, people say, well, she was the one that did it. But, like, words are just as bad as, like, someone slapping you in the face. Like, when you go for that kill shot, like, when you say something to somebody and, like, when it's just going to garner reaction, that is the same thing as punching someone in the face, kicking them. What do you expect? Like, but I said it. So, like, it's her fault for initiating it. No, but you initiated it, Candace. You did.
Exactly. She totally initiated, but I think what she saw afterwards was a payday in Monique, and she thought she was going to get paid. So she kept saying Monique didn't apologize to her, and it's been weeks. Literally, it was 7 days that went by. And at that point, once you involve attorneys and you make it a legal matter, your attorney is going to advise you to stay quiet. So Candace was looking for a payday. Monique posted the receipts on Twitter last Sunday after the episode and blew up Candace's spot. Okay.
And amen for that.
Yeah. Amen for that.
I wish Monique could sue her and take that bullshit I out of her name. Why you got that I in there, Candace?
She's Candy Ass.
That's what she is. Like, come on, look at that. She should have slapped that I right out of her name when she did that night. And I don't, I'm Team Monique. I know you're Team Monique. And, Candace is already like, she's said horrible things about people. And I know she's no saint now. She's trying to be like, like you said, like with the wheelchair and the IV drip, like with a team of nurses following her behind. It's crazy. And I really, do you think that Monique is done with the show now?
No, I don't. I don't think she's done with the show. And hopefully the show is not done with her because she still has a lot more story to tell. She still does. And the reunion's going to be lit. I'm telling you right now, these girls are getting their receipts together. It's going to be a showdown of all showdowns. Epic.
I can't wait. Well, so now that we're talking about Candace, let's kind of go to Portia and Candace while we're on the topic.
Well, Portia does this after show on Sundays called Bravo's Chat Room. Have you seen it?
Yes, I love it.
It's pretty good, right? So it stars Portia, Giselle from RHOP, Kate Chaston from Below Deck, and Hannah Berna from Summer House. And they just get on there and they give their commentary about various shows that week, pop culture, and it's a pretty good show. So Portia weighed in on the fight in the aftermath and Candace pressing charges. And Portia, having been in Monique's seat before when she dragged Kenya by the wig, naturally Portia is Team Monique. And they're friends. They go on vacation together. Their families, are like family. So, Portia has her girls back. And Portia called out Candace on Sunday night's episode of Bravo Chat Room. She said, "Come on, Candace. You know better than that. You actually had a knife at Ashley. Now, what if Ashley would have gone and called the police and tried to press charges on you? Let's be real now. That was your friend. You had an argument. It did not end well. It sure didn't." However, Don't go to the next level. I think that was too much. And I'm glad you spoke up, Giselle. You know, she's telling Giselle, I'm glad, because even Giselle and Robin, who are Team Candace and putting the battery in her back, even they said, you want her to go to jail? No, we don't want her to go to jail. They realized it's gone too far, you know?
Well, so like, but Giselle can't stand Monique.
No, ever since Monique said, I have 4 houses. Just for clarification, I have 4.
Just like Wendy has 4 degrees. That's the common denominator on Potomac. You gotta have 4 something.
You gotta have 4.
4 is the lucky number on Potomac.
4 is the lucky number. Giselle hated Monique from that moment, so she's never liked her at all.
Do you think that Giselle is afraid to speak against Portia on this? Because
oh yeah. Giselle backed completely down, and then she started bringing up, but Monique hasn't apologized, blah, blah, blah. But no, she didn't have that bass in her voice that she typically has with Monique. She was very docile, like, yes, Portia, and nodding and smiling. Yeah, Portia had the girls shooketh. They were scared. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Kenya. Kenya is my favorite housewife of all time. I stand by her. Like, I don't care what anybody says about Kenya. I can't wait when Atlanta starts, when we're talking about on your panel. I'm going to have my megaphone and I'm going to be twirling all over the place.
Oh, gosh.
But, I didn't like Portia for a long time because of the whole Kenya fiasco. But now I really do love Portia. I like her a lot.
She's my favorite.
Portia's Cody's favorite, always has been.
Mm-hmm.
And we watch Portia on Dish. We watch her mukbangs with the crab boils. Like we do love Portia. I think she's entertaining as hell, and I can't get enough of her. So I'm happy that she stuck up for Monique, and that people like Giselle are afraid to come at her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Portia has really transformed and come a long way since the Underground Railroad debacle. Right? She's transformed herself. She's now a mother. She pronounces words really well. She's an activist for Black Lives Matter. And she says what she means, and she means what she says. And she's evolved into a grown-up. Like, I have so much respect for Portia now. I really do.
I do too. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
So bye, Ashes. Like, that's what I say to Portia right now.
Bye, Ashy.
Bye, Ashes. And she had my favorite tagline the taglines for Atlanta were good. Like, I love Kenya's. Like, I was gone with the wind, but now I'm back and twice as fabulous. Like, I love that. Her and Portia's were the best. This Phoenix has risen, and I'm saying, bye, Ashes. Like, I love Portia.
Gag. Oh, I can't stand Kenya more. I don't like her.
I'm gonna make you like Kenya a little
bit. No.
That's gonna be the
out. I'll never like Kenya more.
I'm gonna make you like if it's just 0.00001% more. I'm gonna make you like Kenya more in some way.
John, I love you, but not even you can make me like No.
Right. Let's circle back to 90 Days. So I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go to first because there's IT. Let's go to so hold on. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So Devin and Jahoon. Obviously, we know there's a lot of back and forth with them. Devin was just on your channel. We just had Devin's mom on mine, and there's a lot of allegations being thrown out. And so there's a whole big thing now about the dog. A lot of people were asking, me, Devin, Jahoon about the status of the dog. If you guys don't remember, they bought the dog the first season, and then it just vanished. So everybody wanted to know what happened to the dog. So Jahoon posted, I'm looking at my phone right now so I can just read it verbatim so I don't say the wrong thing here. So Jahoon posted last night that about the dog. he said that Bam Bam went to a new family on January 18th of this year, and that Jahoon claimed that Drusilla, which is Devin's daughter, beat Bam Bam, and he lost a lot of hair and wasn't good for the baby's trachea. And then he followed that up with, I'm sure people saw it when Devin was streaming live. Little D, which is Drusilla, was throwing him away, and which Devin. I guess Jahoon posted another picture. Here's one from 2 weeks ago when we took him for a long walk and they fell asleep as soon as they got home of the dog. Just giving like updates on him. Devin said earlier, hold on, I'm just trying to pull it up. Okay, now it's gone. So hold on. Gonna find this. Monica, sing us a song while I'm getting this stuff together. Come on, we're gonna make this like a real Saturday Night Live. Where's my musical guest?
I know the interlude. Where's your interlude music, John?
Like where's like the Jeopardy like music? I want to get Devin's statement. I have 8 million. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not it. I'm finding it. Just bear with me.
Take your time. You're good.
If you guys have any questions for Monica, shout them out now in the comments while I desperately try and search for this rebuttal. Okay, so I found it. Okay. So Devin writes this morning, I find it real disgusting that my daughter's abuser is still speaking about her in his stories, making up lies to make my child look bad. Yet you guys still look at him like an idol. A 31-year-old man talking poorly and lying about a 5-year-old girl he abused. Yet you guys still don't see it. All right, cool. Disappointed in humanity today. It's just messy.
It is. It is. Every day it's something new with them, this couple. And I just wish they could take all this drama off of social media. I love Devin. I think she's a great person. I don't know Jahoon too well, but I do like his eyebrows.
Well, according to Devin's mom, with this, Jahoon like had a little bit of light work done.
Mm-hmm. A lot of light.
And in that picture that we have there on the screen, you could tell that that's not natural. I mean, there was some type of sculpting done there.
Full nose job, right? I mean,
that's what Alicia said.
Mm-hmm. And he does the microblading to his eyebrows. It looks like he's wearing some extensions in his hair. Lip tinting.
I wish I can get my eyebrows to look that good. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, his eyebrows are good looking. Jahoon's got those good eyebrows, and so does Andre, like Libby's husband.
Oh yeah,
he got them good eyebrows. Like, I kind of almost want to go like when you go to the mall and like you see those people like the eyebrow threading and like they sit there and like that kiosk. Like, I'm almost ready to do that because I want that look. How do you get that? Those eyebrows on Jahoon, like they look like they're penciled in almost.
It's microblading. I think it's tattooed in. It's like microblading. He got his lip tinted too as well. Yeah, he's had some work done. He's fancy.
And I think somebody posted a video, which I'm trying to find real quick, of what actually went down. And
she told me. Just not careful of the puppy, baby.
I'm playing it.
This is all day. I'm just sitting, and they're always laughing and having a good time. It's so cute. So put this on. Oh my God, are you okay? She's okay. We have the Drissa. Do not throw the dog. To put the dog down. Thank you. Kids. Dressed like Catherine Lee, stop. right now.
So yeah. That didn't sound too good.
No, not at all.
But like in the spirit of fairness, everyone says I'm a big and I do love Devin. But like, we gotta kind of show all sides, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Someone said in the chat that Koreans eat dog. Is that true?
I think I do think that like, oh Lord, I don't want to even go down this road, but like, I don't mind.
Down it.
You know what's gonna happen tomorrow,
Let's
Monica.
get messy. Let's get a little messy.
You know what's gonna happen tomorrow, Monica, when we have this conversation. Come on.
Oh my God.
Lord. Okay. I think that was it Meryl Streep? Somebody like started a campaign to end dog. What's
Lisa Vanderpump, the Yulin Festival. Yeah.
To stop like the trade of dogs for like human consumption.
Right.
So it is true. I don't think it's just to Koreans, like,
in the Asian culture, it's common.
So that is a thing. How do we even get on eating dogs?
Someone mentioned it in the comment. They said that Devin said it, that they eat dogs. Since we're on the topic of dogs. Yulin is the festival. I don't know. It's just getting just so personal and so messy. Now you're gonna bring the poor puppy into it. They've gone too far. They really have. Leave the puppy out of it. It's just too much.
Like, I don't know how you can eat a dog. Like, that's just awful. Like, I look at my cats, like, I'm like, I could never eat. Like, maybe like, if it was like, some type of a live situation, like where like you're in the mountains, and you got to eat something, like, maybe then, but like, cats and dogs are like,
you always say that you're gonna eat.
They're human to me. Like, like I don't know, but
in those countries, they don't look at dogs and cats like they do here in America as pets. They don't domesticate them. They live outside. They throw, if anything, the dog just eats the scraps that's left out there. They don't give them like dog food and take them to the vet and all this other stuff. That's an American thing. I personally, just the thought alone makes me want to be vegetarian, right?
It does, but like, and I've seen like the things like, like with the, how the cattle are raised, and I'm like, oh, that's awful. Every time I see something like that, I'm like, I can never eat meat, but girl, I love meat. Like,
me too.
Like, I can never give up meat. Like, we got some pork chops ready to eat later. I love me some meat. I will never not be able to eat meat. Like, I love meat. I love steak. I love pork. I love, chicken. I love fish. And I could never be one of those people. But like when you see like the documentaries about how like the cattle are raised, and you're like, oh my God, these poor things. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, yo, is that steak done yet? Like,
exactly.
Like,
what gets me too, like here in America, they're really big on killing cattle, longhorns and all these cows ethically. How the hell do you kill somebody ethically? They still gonna be killed. I mean, they really make a big deal about that. Like when you kill these animals for human consumption, you have to do it ethically. But you're still killing them at the end of the day. So I don't know.
Yeah, like there's like only one creature that I've never eaten my whole entire life on purpose, which was lobster. I have always
I can't stand you, John.
Like, you go to like Red Lobster, or you go to the diner and you see like the lobsters swimming in there, and like, oh, I'm gonna pick out that lobster and I'm gonna eat it. And then like in a pot of boiling water, and you can hear it scream, and then if they bring it, so you saw it alive, and then they boiled it, and now it's on your plate. I'm like, I just saw that thing living, and like that's my issue with lobster. I cannot eat. That's the only food I've never been able to eat on purpose.
And see, Monica, like as you know, like I'm a Southern boy, so like, and we grew up like right there, like the beach was like in our backyard, and then we also had the river like in our front yard, so we were like right between both of them. So we would always go fishing, we'd go shrimping, lobstering, everything. So we grew up on that. We would just have like, you know, where you boil all the stuff and just put it on the table. Everybody just sits around, talks, has a good time. Like John is like, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. I'm like, what? Like,
Is that my
no. Oh my God. I can eat 6 lobsters in one setting. Whole. I mean, I love crustacean. I'm a crustacean girl. Give me all the seafood. Crawfish. Crawfish is my favorite. Lobster, crab, Dungeness, snow crab, king crab.
Yeah,
wait, John. Okay, so you love crawfish. So can I ask you, because I have a lot of friends that eat crawfish, but they only eat the tails. But when you take the heads off, do you suck on the heads?
Absolutely. That's the best part.
Thank you.
That is the best part. Let me tell you, me and my family will sit around and eat 6 pounds of, when they're in season. They're not in season right now. 6 pounds of crawfish, Cajun season on them.
Oh, so good.
We die for that in the summertime.
See, I would eat with you for days. Yes, you tear the heads off, you suck on the heads, and then that's when you start eating everything else.
The tail, you pinch the tail, and you take out that.
Suck the head. I'd be like,
no, you
it is so
just like, I don't know what to do. Just like when you boil like whole crabs, like, and you crack the shells open, like they're like the body part, and you have like the green stuff, like that's like, I don't. It's the same. It's kind of like the same thing. Like it's I don't know. I grew up on it, so like that's I eat all of that. John's like, I can't eat this. It's so gross. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is pretty much like the best part.
I have my limits, and I will not suck on a head of something that's not attached to my husband's body. That's all I'm saying.
Lord, child, we're going in a different direction now.
I don't know. Like that's all I'm saying.
Oh, I would love to have dinner with Monica, because I would be sucking on any head. Oh, give it to me.
It is so good, John. Oh my goodness.
He was on the street walking next to Josh. That's how I met Cody. He's on that Las Vegas Boulevard, just walking down the street looking to suck heads off things.
Oh my
goodness.
That's why you married me in like 2 days.
Well, I had to lock that down. I'm no fool. Wow.
Speaking of lobster, John, Kelly Dodd.
I can't. Like, I feel bad. Like, you know, maybe if it's like, you know, when you see it, like, okay, like when you go like, you know, like Outback or whatever, like you don't see the cow moo. Like you don't walk in there and there's like the cow sitting there in the lobby, and like you pick out which cow you want, and then like they cut it up and they give you a slap. Like you already know that the cow's gone. But like when like you go like to seafood restaurants and you see like the lobsters swimming around the tank, they're full of life, and like I want to like free them. Like I feel bad. Like, you know, like, I'm like, no. And like you look at they're all gonna die. You know what I mean? Like I can't. That's like the only thing I've ever not been able to eat.
Yeah, and he's telling the truth, because like even when we've gone to like Outback and stuff like that, like I order always like a side of lobster tail with like anything, because I love lobster and like I love crab, and he will not eat. Like he'll take like a bite of mine and be like, okay, yeah, thanks, that's it, I'm good. But like he's like,
I have had it. I'm not gonna lie, I never eat.
Yeah, lobster. He's had it.
But like to me, like I don't see like the big like thing with lobster. Like, you know, like
it's good. It's good.
It's all delicious.
I'll eat a crab. That's fine. I like crab legs.
Do you like oysters?
I like oysters. I like mussels. I like shrimp. I just have an issue with lobsters. Like that's.
But you know that like when you eat clams and like when you eat like everything, like you know,
I love me some baked clams.
Like, they're alive like while you're eating them. Like,
some clams oreganata. Like, you know, some clams casino.
Do you like the raw oysters? Do you eat the oysters raw?
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course.
But they're alive though.
Horseradish
like that.
And horseradish.
And a little bit of hot sauce.
And the horseradish hot and cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, so delicious.
Now I want to go to like the seafood.
I can't.
Like, now, like I'm like my mouth's
like
watering.
I have to put a sock in my mouth right now.
No, I love
I'm,
seafood.
Like, drooling so much.
My only issue.
John, did you see that Kelly Dodd got married?
Well, I was gonna circle back to Kelly in a second. All right, let's bring her up now. Okay. So I have pictures. Hold on. Okay, Kelly Dodd, where are you? So Kelly Dodd got married. So go ahead.
Okay, so Kelly Dodd got married on the same day Cynthia got married, October 10th, to Fox News reporter Rick Leventhal, right? And those two were also dating under a year, and they wore black.
Like, I like the black idea. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, huh. I'm like, that's not bad. Like, it's like, it's not their first marriage. Like, the cat's out of the bag. And, maybe I wouldn't have worn black, maybe red.
Black reminds me of a funeral. Like, I would be feeling some type of way, like it's too closely associated with somebody dying.
Oh my
for
God.
me.
Okay, I gotta show you my wedding picture. You're gonna shit. Hold on one second.
Oh God.
Let me see if I can find it. Because I wore all black. Wait.
So Kelly got married to Rick Leventhal October 10th. And I was shocked that they even went through with the wedding, because Kelly, from what I know, is a complete hothead. Her brother and I, Eric, used to talk every single day for 6 months straight.
Is that the brother that's on the story? Because I like her brother. Does she only have the one brother? Because I like him. Or
she
they're
had two
two
brothers, but only one appeared on the show. The other brother, this brother that appeared on the show, they were feuding for a very long time. And during that time when they were feuding, he reached out to me and he told me all her secrets, everything, all the family secrets.
Oh, girl.
He trashed her. He gave me receipts, videos to back things up. He told me that Kelly used the N-word regularly. She's racist. He told me that Kelly pushed her mother down a flight of stairs. Then he sent me a video of her mother saying Kelly pushed me down a flight of stairs.
So Kelly really did push the mom down the stairs.
There's receipts. There's a video I have on my website, allaboutthetea.com, and it's on YouTube as well, of Kelly Dodd's mother saying, yes, Kelly pushed me down the flight of stairs at the Balboa Club.
When we get done with this, give me the link so I could put that in the description box so people could see that. Because I want people to see that, because and I'll even tweet it. Because Kelly kept saying, "Oh, I never pushed her down the stairs." Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So she really pushed her mother down the stairs. Oh, Kelly!
She really. And according to Eric, Kelly used to also beat the mother up. Like, there was elder abuse, and that's why he stepped in to rescue the mom and move her back to Arizona. That's the reason why mom moved out of Kelly's house. But Kelly's violent, though. Then he told me that Kelly used to beat up her ex-husband, Michael. And at first I didn't believe it until I saw the police reports and the restraining orders. And that's all on file. You guys can Google it and look it up. She used to beat the brakes off of Michael. She also outed that he was bisexual. She outed that.
So Michael was also bisexual?
Mm-hmm. Yep. She outed that. And she also outed that he had herpes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Then, so that was that. And then they got divorced. But before that, Kelly and Michael would go back and forth about custody of Jolie. He didn't like the way Kelly was raising Jolie. But Michael's money is not what it used to be. And Kelly kind of became the breadwinner in the, parenting triangle.
From her OC money.
Right. Mm-hmm. He used to work for a big company. What was that company that make the calculators? What was that company called?
Texas Instruments?
Yes. He used to work for them. He was a big time executive. And then he was bought out. He was given a package, but the package was like $5 million, which can't go too far in Newport Beach, OC. It's not going to go that far. $5 million in Omaha, Nebraska, you're going to live like a king. But in Orange County,
Omaha, Nebraska. Hey, everybody, love you.
But in Newport Beach, you need at least $15,000 to live somewhat decent. If you're going to roll with the big dogs, you need $15,000 a month to finance your lifestyle. So anyway, so that money that well, ran dry. And then Kelly took $1 million from the divorce settlement, and she starts dating random men. But on the show, we see her dating Dr. Ryan, which was last season, right? After they broke up, Dr. Ryan reached out to me, and he told me out of his own mouth, okay, a lot of people don't know this. Oh, look at Cody. And oh my God, you guys look so nice. Yeah, I love that.
I wore all black, as you could see. Like, that was my tux. I didn't have one spot of color in it.
You guys see, that looks nice. That looks you look so young.
Well, I love it. That was 10 years ago. But yeah.
Okay, so back to the tea, y'all. When Kelly and Dr. Ryan broke up, and I got the receipts. I have our text messages. I have phone records where we spoke. Okay, we spoke for like 2 hours. He spilled he poured his heart out to me and he let me know that Kelly was cheating on him throughout the whole relationship with various men. The way he described it is like he was disgusted, because he said some men were like in their friendship circle, and to know that she was sleeping with these men that were in their friendship circle really made him feel just disgusted with her. You know what I mean? He told me she was very abusive in the relationship, and that there was some drug abuse going on with her. She was extremely abusive. She would beat on him, just like she beat on Michael. And he just couldn't take it anymore. And he just had to cut ties with her. The final straw for Dr. Ryan is when Kelly attacked his former best friend at a San Diego bar. And I wrote, that was an exclusive that I broke as well, because the victim came to me, of course. She reached out to some cast members. These cast members sent her my way, because I have relationships with these people. And she poured her story out to me, gave me the police report, gave me blow-by-blow details of the fight and what happened, what she was ordering in the restaurant when she saw Kelly. Y'all can go to allaboutthetea.com to read about it, or, John can drop a link for you.
I will. I'm totally.
Yeah, Kelly is not her fans that just love her. She's not the person she's cracked up to be. She's really a number.
That is crazy. Like, I knew some of the wonky stuff about Kelly, but I always thought Kelly was good TV. My favorite thought of Kelly was when she was at the Quiet Woman. What's it called? The Quiet Woman? Quiet Lady. What's that bar they hang out at?
Quiet Lady. Mm-hmm.
And when she went off at Shannon, and this is my plate, you fucking bitch, like that was one of my that was one of my favorite scenes in Housewives history. Like, if I had to do a top 5, that scene between Kelly and Shannon, when Shannon threw the plate, that would make one of my top 5 scenes.
What did Kelly say to Shannon?
Girl, you must get some hormones.
Yeah, well, that was after. But the first thing she said to her, she sat down. She goes, "Here, eat some food."
Yeah. And then she was in the bathroom with Shannon. That was a great episode of that was really when OC was still good. And I loved that episode. But now it's hearing all this, I'm like, oh wow, Kelly pushed her mom down the stairs. She's doing this, she's doing that. This is insane.
Going off on family members. They all think she's crazy, everyone in that family. So this picture, back to the current tea, this picture that you have on the screen is a photo of Kelly, of course, and it's Rick Leventhal and his ex-girlfriend that he dated for a year.
Let me switch to the other picture I have. Hold on, so we can get that in where's that one? Kelly.
This woman that Rick is hugging is his ex. Her name's Lauren Sivan, and she is also a former Fox News reporter. And her and Rick dated for a little bit over a year. I think they even got engaged, right? So Lauren posted this photo 3 days ago on Instagram, and the caption reads, "You may have a new stepmom, but I'll forever tell people I had you as a teen. Come back soon." And she tags Rick Leventhal's daughter, right? Kelly, being Kelly, impulsive, trashy, aggressive, a brawler, jumped in this woman's comment section to post that's funny because, and you know, the daughter who's tagged, not Tapienga, told me and Rick she hated you as a teenager, tore your face out of every picture. Too bad you didn't have your own. Ugh.
Oof, that's rough.
Ooh. Kelly.
And Kelly just went live, was it over the weekend, where she did that live where she's walking into like, you know, her daughter's room and she's like, oh, your dad does nothing. Thank God you have like Rick Leventhal. I'm paraphrasing, but thank God like Rick's your dad now. You know, that was pretty rough.
That was another thing Kelly did this week. Over the weekend, she's posted on Instagram a video of herself talking to her daughter, and she's like, Jolie, too bad your dad's a deadbeat, you know, and a piece of shit. Thank God you have Rick Leventhal, who's been in your life and, you know, acting as your dad.
Yeah,
that was a piece of work.
That was rough to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And
very rough.
It just sucks, like, you know, and OC is like, you know, once they got rid of Tamara and Vicky, and everybody wanted Tamara and Vicky to go, but like when it really happened, I was like, God damn, no. Like, you know, like we were just saying that. Like, and then like Bravo was like, I'll call your bluff. Like, let's get rid of him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know. Like OC is just, you know, Shannon without
it's not the same. Mm-mm.
Shannon without the Trace Amigas is like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
You know, there's Kelly. Then you have like, I really couldn't connect to Bronwyn at all last season. And then you have like this Elizabeth person who, you know,
boring.
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like OC used to be my favorite, and now it's like at the bottom of my list. I'd rather watch Dallas at this point than watch like OC.
Ouch.
Yeah, right? I can't stand Dallas.
I know Dallas is horrible. We're not recapping it as a panel because we all agreed that as long as Bravo keeps Kelly Dodd on that show with all the racist things that she said within the past couple of months, that we can't support our HOC doing the recaps. So if everyone's looking for live recaps on my channel, we won't be covering our HOC. Coco Mojito, she says she also had an affair with the real estate guy. Absolutely right. See, these people know the tea and they know the backstories. This real estate guy she was seeing while she was married to Michael. And apparently he was her powder donut dealer. He was a dealer. Now. Yeah, he's a known OC powder donut dealer. And he kept her, you know, high off of his supply. He sure did.
Wow. I mean, that's why Kelly Dodd could go into the bathroom with a Quiet Lady. I can never remember the name of that restaurant. I've known for years now. I can never. The quiet person. I'm just going to say from now on. Whatever. The Quiet Lady.
I think the quiet woman, the Quiet Lady, something.
I can never remember the name of that person, but they're always there. But like, you know, how did you feel about Lydia? Am I the only person in the world? Like me and Cody both love Lydia. Were we like idiots? Like I missed
Lydia from what show?
Lydia. Oh, see, you didn't even remember her.
Our HOC.
Yeah.
Remind me of Lydia. Like Lydia.
Like she's on with the mom. Like with she has like the pixie mom.
Oh, and the horse teeth. Lydia. Oh my God. Okay, the Christian lady.
Yes, Christian Lydia. Okay, so we stand alone on that ledge.
It was fun. It was interesting when Ryan, Vicky's son-in-law, cussed her out. Remember that? Get off our couch. You don't live here. Those were the good old days.
Lydia's husband was hot as hell, Doug. Like he was like,
Doug.
He was fun to look at. And I love Lydia because like she was the only person that kept Shannon in check. Like for some reason, Shannon feared Lydia. Like, you know, Lydia threw remember when Lydia threw like the menus when they were in Denmark, when you know, Vicky came down the stairs, like in the stretcher. Lydia was,
she had her moments. She did. She had her moments.
She had a few, I guess, and not many.
I heard she's going to be making a few appearances too in this current season that's airing. So
Well, her and her mom have like I guess like this Bravo like I don't want to say YouTube, Bravo like online show that Tamara said that she had to buy because Tamara and Lydia were getting into it recently because
yeah, Tamara has been no holds barred, just telling everybody off now that she's not on the show, and I can't
Tamara's
blame
bitter.
her.
I mean, she is mad as hell that she is not on that show anymore.
She should be mad. I mean, she gave that show her life, and they turned around and gave her their ass to kiss, and we expected her to be happy about it. So no, Tamara has every right, in my opinion. She's an OG. She earned her spot. She belongs there. Just cancel the whole season. I mean, the whole show. It's to me, it's past its time. The first episode was just a snooze fest, and I was done. I was already not going to recap, but I was like, I can't even watch this mess.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Emily. And
oh gosh, no.
Her husband. That's like
her gay husband.
Thank you. I was going to say like the Roper thing, but her gay husband, because like he's Mormon, and like some Mormons like if they come out as gay, they get shunned. So
right.
Shane probably gave it to Emily exactly 4 times for each of their kids.
For each of the kids, yeah.
Maybe he used. Never mind, John. Don't even say that. I'm going to say the turkey baster. But didn't another housewife get in trouble for saying that?
That relationship is very creepy, cringe. It's hard to watch. And
I mean, like we're gay, and Shane is gayer than a pocketbook full of rainbows. Like he is gay as hell. Like and like Emily has to know. Like she's a smart, educated attorney. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, girl. Like we know
she just wanted kids. She just wanted kids. When she met him, he was still married. I heard they were cheating and they used to work in the same law office, and they were fooling around while he was still married. And she kind of took him away from his wife. He got divorced, and here's her prize. I couldn't do it, child. Mm-mm.
And like he failed the bar exam. How many times? Like 4, 5, 6?
4 times. John, you're messy. It was 4 times.
Listen, I'm just putting it out there. If we're not recapping OC, I just want to put like the stuff that we already know out there.
Monica couldn't even say it straight. She just said 4 times.
Thank you. But like Shane is probably watching too many of Bolo's videos to pass the bar exam. Let's be honest. Let's just get real.
He literally needs to go to a hotel to be alone to stay.
Shane was wishing he was at Cynthia's bachelorette party and in the mix. I'm just gonna put that out there. And he don't got and then they were living separately where he had his apartment and because he had to study for the bar because you're so smart because you failed it 4 times. So like he has to get his own place away from his wife and kids to like have like the lifestyle. Like come on, like I can't with Emily. Like I wanted to like her, but like no. And then like Gina came from the same town in Long Island that I came from, and I'm like, oh look, a Long Island girl does good, And I thought Gina was going to be great, and then like she's too Long Island for that show. It's like me being on OC. Like, hey guys, I can't eat no lobster tonight. All right, like give me the mirror. I gotta talk to you later. Like guys.
No.
Like I can't. And I can't with Gina either. And but
Gina's broke. There's like 12 people in her household living in a 2-bedroom house. I can't take it. Her extensions are exposed and showing. I just can't. I can't do it.
Whose house is bigger, Kelly's townhouse with the 2-bedroom or Gina's?
Cody's. Cody's.
And Gina's husband was hot as hell. Like I'd be like, girl, like I don't care. Like you just need like he was good looking. Gina's husband was probably like the hottest housewife that ever was. Like but whatever.
Yeah, he was good looking. And knew to stay off the cameras too.
But why do you think the Miami Housewives did not work out?
I don't know. Ratings. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a ratings game, and if the ratings aren't good enough for the network to make money and recoup their losses, they have to cut it.
Yeah, to be honest, I never watched one episode of The Real Housewives of Miami.
I did.
Not one.
It wasn't too bad. It was okay. I mean, I know what you mean. The vibe. It's like Dallas. It's an offshoot.
Yeah, it's one of those things I can't get into. Like, I tried Dallas so many times, but I just can't get into it. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dallas too. It's tough. Dallas is hard. I only watched because I liked Leanne at the time. And then she went and did some racist stuff, and her husband did some racist stuff. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I got to stop liking you too.
And then Leanne's she's gone.
She's gone. Yeah, she's gone. I can't see that show surviving much because she was the main pot stirrer, drama person. The show's already boring. So if you don't have that main person to stir shit up that everybody's mad at, what do you have?
Just a lot of big hair and Aquanet, and that's all. That's it. That's it. All right. So I think we have one more base to cover, and that is Paul and Karini. Okay, so Paul and Karini are back together. And they are currently in Brazil. And I just spoke to Paul right before we started this live because I'm like, give me some information because I'm going to go live and talk about you. So I'm like, let me know what's going on in your life. So everybody knows what happened with Paul and Karini. They had that giant fight over the summer. They split up. There were restraining orders. There were claims of sexual abuse and. Karini vanished, took the kids. Paul didn't know what she was. I mean, if you don't know what's going on, you're watching the wrong people. Anywho, so recently Paul and Karini got back together, and they seem to be doing better. They're actually in Brazil right now, both of them. Now, Monica, how do you feel? Do you think Karini alleged a lot of things against Paul that. When I had Paul live on my channel a month ago, he had said Paul took a lot of fault and a lot of blame. He really manned up. But do you think it'd be easy to get back with somebody after these horrible allegations were made against you and you make the world look like you're a monster?
When it comes to relationships of the heart and marital issues, I kind of tend to stay out of it because they're both telling their truth. But then there's the real truth. Okay. And of course, everything is sprinkled with lies. And I kind of just mind my business when it comes to relationships, especially when they're friends, because then I get involved and I pick a side. Then when y'all make up and everything's all good again, right. I can't come back. I can't come to your house anymore because I chose a side. So, I mean, I knew these two would eventually get back together. She doesn't speak much English. She's pregnant with his child, allegedly. Has she had the baby yet, by the way?
No. According to what other bloggers have stated, Karini has not had her baby behind some dumpster to keep it away from Paul. She is still very much pregnant. Actually, I think In Touch just wrote a story about her baby bumps just recently showing. And she is still pregnant with their second child. And Sasha Austin asked a question, how can he come back to the States now? Well, Paul told me something very, here's some tea, which is that nobody knows about. So I just got off the phone with Paul, and he said before they were on their way to the airport, to go to Brazil, and he had put all of Karini's important paperwork in the car, and Paul told me that some homeless man came and robbed their car, got their crap. So now Karini can't get back into the country because she doesn't have the proper paperwork. All Paul and Karini had when they boarded the plane were their passports, and the rest of the important documentation was in the car. So I guess Karini needs, I think her green card was taken, her social security card, like her driver's license, like whatever, whatever ID she had was taken by this homeless guy. And now they're stuck in Brazil.
Mm. Their story is always so convoluted and messy. Golly. That's rough. I mean, but can't she go to the embassy? Can't she go to the U.S. embassy and get a temporary green card or travel papers to come back?
I asked that question and Paul answered. He said, yes, but because of the COVID in Brazil, that they're like on like very limited hours and like a skeleton crew. So unless it's like an emergency, they can't help you. So Paul had said, like, if it comes down to it, like, when she's like ready to, have the baby, then that might be a way for the embassy to help them because they need to go back to the States to deliver the child.
Okay. Yeah, they need to get her out of the country before I don't want her giving birth there. I want her, the medical care here is a lot better. No offense to anyone in Brazil, but it just is what it is.
Well, she did have the first baby in Brazil. Like Pierre was born in Brazil. So, but he does have like I believe he does have dual citizenship. But Pierre was born in
okay.
in Brazil. But like a lot of the cast members have had their babies in different countries. I mean, like we've seen the scenes. Like, let's not forget how awful it was to watch Emily give birth to little baby. Sasha and Emily from season, was it 7? When she had the baby, and like, God, watching that scene when she was giving birth in Russia gave me nightmares for 3 straight weeks. It was so graphic. And Emily was in so much pain. And I'm like, I don't even know how she had a film crew in that like room, like taping it, like it was horrific. It was like something else, like Nightmare in Russia Street. Like I have no idea how we got through that. But they do give birth in other countries, like often. So didn't Ariella have her baby in Ethiopia? I mean,
that was boring.
Egypt or whatever.
Ethiopia.
Olga had her baby in that weird Russia. It was
terrifying.
So, so that's the skinny on Paul and Karini at the moment. But Emily's birth scene was like the most graphic thing I've ever watched in my whole entire life. And I told Emily, I'm like, girl, your birthing scene gave me nightmares for 3 weeks. She goes, I still get nightmares from it. So it was like,
scary.
It was awful.
Scary. Say what you want about America, but we have the best, in my opinion, healthcare system here. And there's a lot of protocol and guidelines that they have to follow. I mean, in a lot of those other countries, they don't even give you an epidural.
No, it's like, good luck. Here's a bullet to bite on.
If you don't have the money, the cash to pay up front, you're not getting an epidural.
All right, so I'm going to drop a link if anybody wants to come on and ask questions. You're with the Housewife Queen. If you have any housewife questions, Monica is your girl. She will answer them. And if you will have any 90-day questions, I'll do my best to answer. So there's the link if anybody wants to hop on. There you go. Oh, wait, is that it? Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
This was fun, John. We got to do this again.
Yeah, this was fun. I liked having like the mixture of like Housewives and 90 Day because it's like, both are loves, and we can talk about this stuff all night.
All night.
I mean, there's so much material out there with both shows, so I love this. This was a hoot and a holler. And yeah. If you traveled around the world, you wouldn't think we are the best. I don't know. Okay. Squat your booty in a rice. Comments. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, you guys should follow Monica. Monica, drop your link. That way, like, I could put that,
Okay.
I could highlight it.
Or just follow me on YouTube, guys. I'm at All About the Tea. If you're subscribed to my channel, bang that notification bell. And also check out my blog, allaboutthetea.com. And I'm on Instagram as All About the Tea, as well as Twitter and Facebook.
Do you watch Married at First Sight?
I got a lot of. I broke a story about Married at First Sight Australia with that Stacy girl. She's a scammer.
I don't watch that show. It's like I have no idea about it. Like I can't get behind that show. It's like, oh wait, oh god.
Yeah, y'all can go check it out at on the website All About the Tea. She's a total scammer and involved with all kinds of criminals and stuff. She's a mess.
Hi, Kay. Hello.
Did we lose her?
I don't know. I can't hear her. Okay, so there's nothing there. It's okay. I think we've been on long enough. It's been like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Married at First Sight, that's TLC, right?
Lifetime.
Oh, let's see it. That's how much I know about it. Karini is pregnant again, and she's still pregnant. And I think they're gonna have a son, another boy, but not sure. I think Ethan. I'm not sure. And yeah, I'm gonna end this. I think. What about Darcy? I don't know what to say about Darcy. I did hear some stuff about her recently, but it's not my place to say at the moment. But when I'm allowed to say what I know, we will make a show about it. Okay. Now there's two Ks.
She's on twice.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. So, when I hear more about that story, I will definitely let you guys know. Monica, thank you for hopping on tonight. And guys, thank you for being a part of it. I really appreciate you. And we'll be back soon. We're going to make this a regular thing. We're just trying to get like our schedules in sync. And because this is fun. I had a blast.
Definitely fun. Thank you for having me on here, 90 Day Fiance Extraordinaire, John Yates. I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing, staying positive through the storm, and, rising like the phoenix. I'm just proud of you. I love you. I wish you nothing but success. And we will definitely be back doing this weekly, maybe twice a week.
Wait, there's one person. I'm trying to get like one. Denise?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Hi,
I've never.
Denise.
Hi. I've never called in anywhere before. I'm so excited.
Well, welcome.
Well, thank you guys for doing this. I just wanted to call in and say hi. You've answered everything. You went over anything that I needed to know, to be honest with you. And I just wanted to let you know that I really enjoy All About the Tea. And John, I'm a new subscriber to you, and I adore you and Cody. And I want the best for you, and I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Oh,
Thank you, Denise. That's really sweet.
You're welcome.
You found it's been a weird time to be a new subscriber to me, but yeah, it's good. So thank you, and there's a lot more exciting things to come.
You won't be disappointed.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll call back in when I have something really to ask that you haven't answered already.
You sure you got nothing, Housewives, while you're here?
No, I don't want to, go over there. But that's where I found you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Denise, and I hope you keep watching.
I look for you every day. Okay.
Aw, that's so sweet.
And you too, Monica. You haven't been on a lot lately.
Busy. Busy. I have like 6 jobs. John knows that. But John's my baby, and when we can fit it in, we get it in. And you'll be seeing more of him and I together doing these 90 Day Fiance, Housewives, tea, spilling some tea crossover.
It's so much fun.
Make sure you're following Monica, because when the Atlanta starts, those panels are going to be lit. When Salt Lake City starts, we're gonna do it. So it's gonna be good. So everybody, make sure you're following Monica, because her panel is amazing.
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy. There's like 4 of you, 5 of you on 5. Yeah. Okay. All righty.
Okay.
All right. Have a great evening.
Okay. Bye, Denise.
Bye, honey. Bye, love.
Okay. The echo was really bad. I was trying to mute her, but I couldn't. I didn't want her to speak and we couldn't hear her. All right, guys. We're gonna call it a night. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for joining. Follow, if you're not subscribed to Monica, make sure you are, because the RHOP recaps are every Monday at 3. And then we're going to be doing more stuff on here. So yeah, everybody make sure that you like and subscribe to Monica's channel, to mine, and everybody have a great night.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.